Good. GMGM, welcome to another Touchgrass Podcast episode. We're at Solana Breakpoint. Rusty, this is a bit counterintuitive, but I've Rusty from the Valiant team, and we're going to talk everything Fogo. Rusty, how are you?
Let's go.
Let's
I'm
go.
good. Excited to be here at my, I guess, fourth breakpoint now.
Yeah.
It's an exciting one.
OG.
And it's a special one because I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Well, I've known Rusty for a while now. Obviously, I'm very close with Geoff. Let's start there. How's it going? Renaud partners, obviously very close with Valiant.
Yeah.
How's it been with Uncle Geoff?
Uncle G, yeah. Uncle G is a G. We met him when we were thinking about starting, essentially, building the last DEX you'll ever need. So the thesis behind what we're doing at Valiant is building literally a DEX that will be future-proof, that will trade 1 million markets. So my co-founder Andy and I, we were always talking about building this DEX. We were DEX maxis. We were thinking that DEXs are going to flip sexes. It's just a matter of time. And we met Geoff. Geoff obviously has the experience of growing brands. That's not something that, that's super close to us. He also shared that vision though. And I think he just also knows when there's a really good opportunity, and that the rest is kind of history.
Yeah. No, I kind of joke around with him. So Geoff also, owns part of Scribe. So Renaud partners with my first job in crypto as well.
Let's go.
So Uncle Geoff is everywhere.
Uncle G is feeding the needy.
He is. Talk to us about Andy. How did you meet Andy? What's the founding story for Valiant?
This is actually kind of crazy. So Andy and I met at a Solana founders village back when we were working on other projects in the Solana ecosystem, probably almost 2 years ago now, 1.5 years ago. And we were chatting about our thesis for DEXs taking over sexes. And, he's worked on DEXs before. I've worked on also DEXs before. So really had this shared passion for DEXs. And then I'm like, oh, let me shoot you a Telegram message. I go to shoot him a message. And the first message I sent him was from 4 years ago.
Okay.
And apparently for the first Solana hackathon, I was looking for people to build with. And I was messaging people. And one of the people I had messaged was actually Andy. And so we were whoa, no way. I'd messaged you a long time ago. But, we know each other tangentially through the ecosystem, but we hadn't worked together. So it was just funny that we were in a roundabout way, 4 years later, we ended up actually teaming up to build this DEX.
Yeah. How is it building a DEX? Do you think it's a crowded market? How do you feel about the DEX landscape right now?
I think DEXs are going to flip sexes.
Yeah.
I think there's a long ways to go in getting the user experience bit right, getting the asset bit right, getting the liquidity bit right. But I think we're making incremental progress on all those things. And the numbers just speak for themselves. If you look just 2 years ago, DEX to SEX volume for spot was 2-3%. Now 20 to 30%. And in some assets, it's already flipped it. Sol, for example, some days on Solana is more than on Binance.
Well, Monad on day one on Solana as well.
Exactly. So I think we're making inroads, and it's just really a matter of time.
What makes Valiant different from all these DEXs? I'm pretty sure you and Andy have spent a lot of time thinking about this.
Yep.
What's give it to me technically, give it to me, maybe ecosystem-wise. And we can get into Fogo in a bit, but talk to me about architecture.
I think let's maybe just start with what it means for the users, right? For the end user. Why would you want to trade on Valiant versus another DEX? And the immediate unlock, I think, is really what Fogo derives. We are building on top of a blockchain that's fast and one that's very, very retail friendly. And the key unlocks there, we can talk about the user side first, is something called Fogo sessions. Basically, you're enabling gasless, no signature transactions. So if you really want to compete against sexes, right? Well, one of the easiest things, or one of the biggest differences is no signing of transactions, right? No having to spark a new account with gas. How many times have you transferred into a new chain and you're oh, I don't have any gas, I just have USDC on the wallet. I gotta ask my buddy to spark me, right? I think these are sort of things that it may not seem like a big deal for like us that have been in crypto a while and obviously use DEX a lot. But if you're trying to onboard the next like literally million people into crypto, explaining to them how to get gas tokens that they have to pay for a transaction is actually a big hurdle. So yeah, Valiant is gasless transactions. It's one-click signing, and then from a user experience standpoint, that makes it much, much better than the majority of DEXs.
Awesome. What do you think about Fogo? Let's start there. When did you meet the Fogo team for the first time?
We met Doug from the Fogo team maybe in January or February.
Oh, that's like recent then.
Yeah, it's pretty recently. It's pretty recently. So we met Doug. He kind of told us about the vision, and then we met Rob like a month after that, and he really sold us on the vision. And
do you remember what he said?
Yeah, I mean, he was just like, look, this is a trading focused chain. We're not a general purpose chain, and we as a team are hyper focused on getting the liquidity to make like a world class trading hub. We're looking for a team to do spot. You guys have the experience to spot. Our visions are aligned. And one thing that was cool is their vision wasn't just to stop with crypto assets, but really like, how can we bring RWAs on board? How do we get like equities? How do we get commodities? And I think for the space to grow, like that's kind of the next step, right? That's what we're going to need to onboard.
And how has it been working with the Fogo team incrementally since that time?
I mean, super awesome. I think they're sharp. Like everyone in the ecosystem is really, really solid. Things are moving super fast. I don't know when the official Fogo like founding date was, but the Echo was just like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So from like an Echo raise to, I mean, private mainnet is live now. It's been a year.
It's been a year.
I think that's pretty quick.
Yeah. And, the chain is quick as well.
The chain is also fast. The chain is very fast and hopefully getting faster. So I think
I remember the first time I heard about Fogo, the way that it was pitched to me was it's going to defy the laws of physics. And it's just like, it's on steroids. It's going to be so quick.
Solana on steroids.
Yeah, Solana on steroids, essentially. But obviously, I work at the Wormhole Foundation, and we have a really close relationship with the Fogo team. They use Wormhole technology as their native bridge, so we're definitely a lot closer with them. And we've, it's been an awesome experience watching you guys grow as well.
Yep.
How's user traction been on private mainnet recently?
So, I mean, take this with a grain of salt, but since testnet, which I think launched in like July now, just from like Google Analytics, we've had like 1.5 million uniques. So, which is pretty crazy in crypto. There's no way that's probably real. There's just no way. But I'm like, why would bots spoof random site visits?
Yeah, website traffic, yeah.
It's kind of weird. But anyways, I think mainnet launched last like Wednesday. And since then, we've had 6,000 unique wallets, people mostly trading phishing. And there's some bots in there, so we're not going to give you...
Do you want to talk a little bit about phishing? What's phishing?
Yeah, let's talk about Fogo phishing. Fogo phishing is a test kind of game, a test case. It's a real game built on Fogo, really to showcase what Fogo can do. And basically, you cast fish, you can do super casts, and each fish you catch is a transaction. Every cast is actually a transaction. And this game has gone up to, I think, 2,000 TPS.
If our editor can figure it out, you'll see it here somewhere, hopefully. But Fogo phishing.
Right there.
Yeah. Wait, what was the incentive with Fogo phishing and Valiant? I remember there was a connection.
We just power the pools.
Okay.
So we power the swaps. If you want to make the swaps, or you can add LP and, you can do like one-sided LP and stuff like that. But
what's like the best thing you could win on Fogo phishing right now?
Just a bunch of fish.
Yeah.
You can win thousands and thousands of fish. And fish is tradable for USDC. So yeah. So it's like real money. It's like a real economy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's your so me and Rusty were in Korea together for Fogo Fest.
Yes.
Have there been other Fogo Fests, by the way?
I think that was the only Fogo.
That was the only one?
I know there's something happening in Brazil right now.
Okay.
Brazil Fest.
I think there was like a chill house in Singapore as well.
That might have been a Pith thing.
Maybe. But it was like a Pith and Fogo thing.
Oh, was it?
Sure. Yeah. How's the Fogo community in Korea? Did you notice anything different? Were people excited?
So
I remember what's his name? The Gangnam Style video that popped off.
Oh, Clement.
Yeah. Clementi.
Yeah.
And Choose Rich Nick was there as well. I thought that was pretty cool. But how's Korea for you?
So there was like a much smaller meetup that Monday actually that had a ton of like interested developers and stuff, and also I think just interested Koreans. That was like packed. That Wednesday was like a great turnout, but it just so happened there was like a biblical flood of rain that day. And so they had this huge, awesome event outside, which had to be moved all inside. So that was a shame.
If you think it was like a mini breakpoint, if you think about it, in terms of like how they structured it.
Yeah, it kind of.
It was very thoughtful.
Yeah, there was an outdoor, there was an indoor with the paint. It's kind of actually, it's kind of like
breakpoint. Yeah, kind of like
a very mini breakpoint.
Yeah, very mini.
But yeah, it had the rains like the flood token 2049 in Dubai like a year and a half ago.
I was really sick that day. I remember before my keynote, I was like,
yes,
I'm so sorry. I'm really sick. If I cough, don't kill me.
You did a great job during your keynote. Was not affected.
You too, Rusty. I thought the way that you explained the architecture was really interesting. I think there's a lot more in terms of the technical details that you could get into.
Sure.
I think there was a lot of auction mechanics that you were talking about in the keynote. You want to talk a little bit about that, sort of geek our audience out? So I'll tell you what our audience is. Our audience is primarily devs in APAC.
Got it.
And they want to learn about these things.
Got it.
Anything that you can give them to geek out on.
Yeah, so actually maybe there's been some changes. At that time, probably the last time you heard me talk, I was preaching dual flow batch auctions on chain as a way to facilitate price discovery for spot. We focus on spot only. There's a protocol called Ambient that focuses on perps, and they're doing dual flow batch auctions as well for perps. So we've taken a slightly different approach now. At that time, we were building it out, but our thesis has changed a little bit in that we think of order books as a way to aggregate orders, really. And each market maker or market participant really puts their whatever price discovery mechanism on that order book, right? And those things are all aggregated together so you as a user can find the best price. But we're building basically a router as well. So we have an aggregator, we have AMMs, we will have an order book in the future, but as an intermediate step, there are folks that are building prop AMMs, and we will aggregate them first. And then that way for our users, it's really not, hey, like we want to build this really cool primitive on chain and we're going to shoehorn you into it. We're just going to get you the best price. And I think like at the end of the day, we decided that we need to be not so like dogmatic about the specific technology and just be really focused on like, hey, we really just got to get the best price for the users. So I think first up, you're going to see some interesting prop AMMs come on Fogo. Then we're going to build a DFBA order book, or it could be a traditional order book. That's kind of like TBD. We're waiting to see what our partners really want. So that might be the little shift that's happened since the last time we talked.
Do you think all DEXs in crypto will shift towards an order book model? Do you think that's the end state?
It's tough to say. Like you can see in Solana that the order books didn't work out, right? I think given infinitely fast update times and given no cost for transaction updates, then probably order book acts as an aggregator and you don't have these necessity to.
So you think it's like an ecosystem, it's like a chain limitation?
It's a chain thing, right? It's a chain thing. Like order books we're working on, I mean, like we had Serum, there was Phoenix, there was OpenBook, there was OpenBook V2, but really the cost to update your orders was greater, well, that plus getting picked off was greater than the revenue you were making from the user flow, right? And they got kind of disintermediated by these prop MMs that, for whatever reason, we could talk about that too, but they're like faster, they're cheaper, they're better at expressing price or taking it from some other source and expressing it on chain. So yeah, I think on Solana, like order books, it would be great to see. I think now we're seeing that the order books are going onto like side chains.
Is there like a capital efficiency angle here as well in terms of why people want to go towards order books? Like what are people like? Do you know what Tolly, Raj, Mike, Doug, what these guys think about this? Like, do they think it's going toward order books entirely?
I think different people have different views. Like Doug, for example, is pushing dual flow batch auctions as a way to kind of tighten spreads by splitting your order flow, right? Like dual flow batch auctions, you'll take your maker flow and your taker flow and you separate them into, well, two flows, right? And then these things will match with each other. That way you're not going to get picked off. That way you can quote tighter. In an order book, these mechanisms don't really exist, right? Like everyone expresses their price basically on the same book. You can do like unique things, but yeah, it just kind of depends. And little bit depends on the network as well, right? Like, yeah.
In terms of like Fogo, we talk about how Fogo enables a use case like Valiant where it's faster, cheaper, it's just a better experience. And there's Ambient, of course. Are there like other dApps building in the Fogo ecosystem that you think are interesting?
Yeah, there's I mean, like you need like a core set of apps, I think, to make a successful like ecosystem, right? There's a couple lending protocols, Pyron, there's Fogo Lend, um, and there's liquid staking apps. But I think we were just talking about this actually yesterday. Like with Fogo sessions, gasless one-click transactions, I think is actually really cool for gaming as well. And
Really?
there's not a ton of people building games on Fogo, but I can see in the future like either casual
Well, I mean,
games.
fishing is kind of a
Yeah,
game.
it's kind of a game, but it's the experience is so much different than anything
Yeah.
else in crypto because like literally everything you do is a transaction. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. So who knows? Like we kind of just have to see where the community takes us.
Is there something in the Fogo ecosystem that you think is missing that someone just needs to come in and build out, apart from the gaming stuff?
I mean, that's tough, but I think like vault products for
Okay.
sure. That's something that someone will need to build. Like either that if that's managed or like looping and stuff, someone's gonna need to have to do that.
How do you think about like the future of Valiant? Like, do you think this is more of a, if there's a more performant chain, we'll go multi-chain, or is it more we'll verticalize and we'll maybe do perps and lending in the
Yeah.
future? I'm pretty sure you and Andy have thought a lot about this in terms of next steps, and with the traction you guys have, it's a very logical thing to think about. Where do you think this is going?
We want to be the best place to trade. Now, like our core competency isn't like running a risk engine, right? So we'll likely compose upon Ambient, for example, to deliver that experience. But on the spot side, like that's where we're going to deliver. So we're going to try to bring price discovery on chain. We want to deliver really like past crypto assets to have really deep liquidity. And I think Fogo is the best place for that, just based on the team, the block space, the block times. So I think we have our work cut out on Fogo. And the first order of business is really be the best place to trade there.
Do you get pitched a lot by other ecosystems to come over?
I mean, not really.
No?
Not really. I mean,
Uncle Geoff kind of keeps them away.
it's look, it's a bear market, right?
Okay.
It's not bull market times.
Do you think that affects when? Like, would you have wanted a better, like, would you have wanted to launch like 6 months ago versus today?
I think at the end of the day, like you launch when the chain is ready. Like
Yeah.
we wanted to launch as soon as possible. Like, of course, you'd rather as soon as it's built, you want to launch. But I think you can't time the market. And for some things, it's much better to be building and live when things are a little quieter. When things are super hectic, people are distracted. Engineers sometimes quit unexpectedly because they'll hit 100x on a meme coin.
Yeah.
Like it's just things are crazy.
Has that happened to you before?
That's happened. That's happened.
All right. I know we're closing up on time, Rusty. We usually use this part as like clickbait for the entire show.
Sure.
I think from your perspective, there are two questions that I really want to ask you. What's like the toughest thing that you faced as a spot DEX founder?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So spot DEXs rely on assets, and new ecosystems by definition don't have a lot of ecosystem assets. So one of my jobs, is to try to foster and help Fogo foster a rich ecosystem of tokens, whether that's going to like X stocks and trying to get them to bring equities on chain, or going to teams and being like, hey, come build on Fogo, and then hopefully you'll launch a token, and hopefully we can list that token. So the number one challenge, and maybe a call out to the audience, if you're interested in building stuff on Fogo, we're happy to help. We're happy to connect you with the Fogo team. We're happy to advise you, or just if you want to chat, like feel free to hit me up, and I'd love to talk to you.
That was actually the next question. What's your number one advice
Oh, no.
to anyone who wants to build on the Fogo ecosystem?
I mean, come check it out. Like, I think the best experience is experiencing it for yourself. Like, it's open now. You can try Fogo Fishing. You can try Valiant, although we're like in a limited beta, just the one pool and one test soul pool. But come check us out. Like, drop me a line. There's group chats. Like, we have a Discord. I'm on the Discord. I'm open chat. You could DM me. DM you.
Yeah, DM me.
You can DM
I'm like
me.
proxy.
That's right.
Fogo right now. Yeah.
You can hit up Uncle G.
Yeah.
I mean, we're around. We're terminally online.
Yeah, I feel like the support that you get from the Fogo ecosystem is
Super
like
good.
super. You know, these are all veterans in the
Yep.
crypto space. They're trying to do something new. It's gonna be on steroids, is what I heard.
That's right.
It is going to be fast. But yeah, thanks so much, Rusty. Thanks for the time, man. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it, man. Appreciate it.
All right.